r/AskReddit. What's classy if you're physically attractive but trashy if you're not? The plot of almost all romance movies. I like to use what I call the DeVito rule. If a romance movie becomes a horror movie by recasting the lead man as Danny DeVito, it's a shitty example of a romance movie. If it's still a sweet movie, it's really romance. Not many movies pass this test. I think Danny DeVito is possibly the most mentioned person in this thread. Poor guy is just someone everyone agrees isn't attractive and easily identifiable. Messy hair. Yes, it's either cute bedhead or a sign of depression and bad hygiene, people think. Winking. The entire plot of 50 Shades. If that movie was redone with Danny DeVito and a petite 17-year-old ballerina dancer, it would probably have a whole different vibe to it. Yep, I would have seen it 3 times already. Sharon Stone's basic instinct flashing. Yeah, imagine if it was Michael Douglas crossing his legs and showing his dong. Please, I can only get so erect. Those nice dresses that are practically open in the front to see full-on boobage. I too watched the Oscars this year. I don't know when, where, or by whom it was said, but my elementary school teacher told a story about an awards show where some guy talked about movie piracy. He pointed at the movie stars in the audience and said to the camera, "These are the women you're stealing from. Look, they can't even afford clothing that fully covers their breasts. Even porn stars at the porn awards dress more modest. Well, they're hardly going to show us for free, are they? Ever been on the internet? Hanging out with ugly people." This one made me laugh. It's so true. If you're attractive and hang out with ugly people, you just look like a well-rounded individual who's open to all types company, including the uglies. Yup, and as an ugly person, you just look like another ugly person within a group of misfits. Joy. It's good to be the best looking person in a group, I imagine. Wife beaters. If Channing Tatum wears one, girls swoon. If Uncle Randy is wearing one, you expect him to also be holding a bush light and sitting on the front porch of his mobile home with a shotgun on his lap. I thought you meant men that beat their wives, but then I kept reading. Edit. A wife beater is a sleeveless shirt that has a negative stigma attached to it. Edit. As a few people are pointing out, I guess beating your wife still fits the criteria, comma. A 4-day beard. If you're a male model, you look like a manly man. If you're Bubba Sixpack, you look like a homeless dude. I'm already alone, so I'm content being homeless. You'd feel more alone without a home. Well, homeless people can have a lot more interactions with other people. Maybe he's just playing the long con. It pains me to say it, but smoking. Those 1940s Hollywood noir film actresses looked so sultry with a cigarette. Fat and ugly with a cigarette is more reminiscent of a Walmart smoke break for some reason. Cleavage definitely. I've always seen it as part of the big boobs small boobs paradox. Big boobs fill out any top and look good, but if you show too much, it can look really provocative. Small boobs aren't as noticeable in an obvious way, but you can get away with lower necklines and show more collarbone. Both are boobs and therefore great. Cosplay. A bit too real. Let's just admit the answer is literally everything. Basically any bold move towards the opposite sex. I see what you mean. Some girl posted a comment on r/AskMen about how some guy at the gym approached her to compliment her. She said that at first she thought he was a creep, but after taking a good look at him she was totally okay with it because she found him kinda cute. You should have seen the amount of downvotes and negative replies she received. She was basically saying that if a guy isn't attractive but still flirts with a girl, it automatically makes him a creep. It's mean, but yet it is many people's first thought in that scenario. A guy I knew once added my friend, who was a girl, on Facebook randomly one day and started chatting with her and said he had found her because he saw her with me and looked through my entire list of friends to find her. She told me this, mentioning that it was really weird and creepy. 1 week later, they were dating. Because he was kinda cute. When you're attractive it's being flirtatious, but when you're ugly it's called being a creep instead. Being straightforward on Tinder. Getting out of a small car, whether it's a Porsche or a Fiat, if you are attractive, you look natural and sexy. Stepping out, if you're ugly or large, you look like one of the last clowns falling out of the clown car. At me being 6'4" and looking like a giraffe with mild downs. Edit. Holy shit, my first gold. Thank you, stranger. Can't wait to tell the rest of the guys in my tower. A pack of giraffes. 6 feet 7 inches. Can't even drive a sedan. 5 feet 2 inches and I don't have a car. 4 minutes and 11 seconds and I worry about the airbag decapitating me if I'm ever in an accident, since it's pretty much in my face. Doing the nobody gets me act with a sad face. Manic pixie dream girls too. Foreign accent. Some classmates showed this so well. Slightly good looking transfer student, this guy got a, you know, that smooth ass voice. It just sounds cool. Ugly transfer lol. This guy speaks like a retard. Hey dude, say something. Almost word by word. Duck. Fuck. Fix that for you. Fuck. Fucking hell. Fucking laser sights. Fucking laser sights. Show Vigene. Wearing a sequin dress. Existing. Thanks. Me too. Any kind of bold makeup. Red lip, heavy bronzer / bright eyeshadow etc. So that's why I don't look good in purple lipstick. Grown ass man. Wearing a ducking tight t-shirt. Edit. Since this seems to trigger a lot of people, a t-shirt wasn't necessarily what I meant. What I meant wear clothes that suit and fit you well. Mostly tight clothes though because they highlight a good body. Go to get a t-shirt that is tight on the chest and arms and loose on the stomach area. And at the same time, wearing way too big t-shirts. On attractive people it looks like a fashion statement. Anything can be a fashion statement on attractive people. Fashion is wholly decided by attractive people. Sending a drink to a random woman across the bar. Many shifts as a bartender, and when a less than good looking bloke wanted to do it I said it was against policy too. I've never seen it end well unless the dude was really handsome. What of the unattractive guy wanted to send a drink to an equally unattractive woman? Ugly people don't like ugly people either. Never happens. Source. Unattractive woman. No one has ever bought me a drink. That's because the unattractive dudes trying to send you drinks are getting blocked by that goddamn bartender. Think of all the drinks you've been denied. This guy's thought this ship through. When you put it that way it's actually fairly depressing. A backless dress. An accent from anywhere in America. If you're good looking it's sexy or sweet. If you're rich it makes you seem genuine. If you're broken or unfortunate looking you're just a dumb hick and the accent is proof. Edit. Since this is my most upvoted comment, a little clarification. Yes, I'm from Ohio. And no, I don't mean just southern accents. I live and grew up in the dead center of Ohio where accents literally come to die. So I'm sensitive to them all. From the up north states and the nasally almost Canadian accent, to the northeastern, also nasal accent with their allergy to the letter R, to California's laid back enunciated drawl, and yes, the slow, southern drawls. The above applies. My grandparents are from VA, and I love hearing their accents. Hearing them discuss washing the car and changing the oil is like grilled cheese and tomato soup for my ears. Accents fare pretty well in Ohio bars. You become an instant object of fascination. Unless you say wash. Say wash and everyone calls me a hillbilly, but people think it's adorable when I say crick. Being an alcoholic. You know, classy drinking. Sexy drinking. Not this trailer park ship. You're not an alcoholic if it's 50-year-old wine. It's classy then. See, Mad Men. Exactly what I was thinking. Don Draper and Roger Sterling make alcoholism look cool as hell. Smiling. Life is a little easier for attractive people. Can we admit that? Think about it. If a stranger smiles at you and they're attractive, you think, oh, they're nice. But if the stranger's ugly, you're like, what do they want? Get away from me, weirdo. Jim Gaffigan. As someone who's gone from chubby to fit, I can confirm smiling looks way better when you're fit. I wouldn't say classy per se, but a tank top. Imagine Ryan Gosling in a tank top. Now imagine Danny DeVito in that same tank top. Both in the same tank top would really stretch out the neck hole. Don't you dare speak ill of the sexy beast that is Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is the attractive one in this situation. Don't be silly. Platinum blonde hair. Pretty much anything you do tbh. Yep, even doing things that are embarrassing turns into endearing if the person is very attractive and just cringy and awkward if an ugly person does it. It's genuinely fascinating how strongly people's attractiveness influences our perception of everything they do. Having lived in rich and poor neighborhoods, it's crazy the correlation between success and attractiveness. People joke, but this is honestly what it boils down to. Also, a lot of things people define as cringy could be suave or funny if you look more like Chris Evans and less like a chewed muppet. Tattoos, smoking, belly shirts, yeah, pretty much anything. Eating out of bird feeders. When a pretty bird like a cardinal, finch, or hummingbird do it, everyone loves it. When I do it, people get pissed because I'm in their yard eating out of their bird feeder. Biting your lip. Imagine a young, attractive lady biting her lip at you. Classy and sexy. Now imagine a 40-year-old overweight man biting his lip at you. Creepy as hell. Being British. You what, mate? Yoga pants. If you're a guy, going shirtless. Trench coats and or fedoras, at least to some extent. They have been ruined by neckbeards these days, but they have historically looked cool on attractive gentlemen. Wearing a shirt that ends right above your belly button. Especially if you are a particularly unattractive guy. I'm looking at you, trailer trash. Do yourself a favor and never go to Miami. I'm going to Miami. In this thread, people don't know what classy means. Classy means what I find attractive. Duh. Public bralessness. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. Thanks for watching, mate. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more high quality content.